What happens when one of music's boldest rising stars goes head-to-head with America's sweetheart on live TV? What unfolded between Raye and Kelly Clarkson was nothing short of explosive. It began as a friendly chat, but ended in a storm that left the studio frozen in silence. This wasn't a regular celebrity interview gone off the rails. It was a collision between two completely different worlds of fame and truth. Before we break down exactly how it happened, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment, because this encounter went from calm to chaos in minutes. The Kelly Clarkson Show opened with its usual charm as Kelly sat in her seat, flashing that familiar smile that had made her loved by millions for over 20 years. Across from her sat Raye, the outspoken British singer-songwriter known for her blunt honesty and fearless take on the industry. From the first moment, the contrast was striking, Kelly's polished warmth versus Raye's raw authenticity. "Raye, congratulations on your success," Kelly began, her friendly tone practiced but sincere. "Your album's been getting amazing reviews. What a journey you've had." Raye smiled faintly, her expression calm but her eyes sharp. "Thanks, Kelly. It's definitely been a long road." Kelly leaned forward. "I read you spent 7 years with a label that wouldn't let you release your own songs. That must have been tough." "Tough?" Raye repeated, her voice cutting through the light-hearted mood. It was soul-crushing. "Imagine being told your art, your identity, your voice doesn't fit a market formula." Kelly nodded, but her expression carried a cautious diplomacy. "That sounds awful. But you know, I think record labels can also offer support, structure, guidance, promotion." Raye sat up straighter, a sharp edge entering her tone. "Structure and guidance? Is that what you call it when they silence you for years?" Kelly's smile tightened. "Well, sometimes timing matters. Waiting for the right moment can be worth it. The industry has changed a lot since I began." "Patience," Raye said, her tone rising. "Kelly, you won American Idol at 20. You got a platform right away. Some of us had to claw our way just to be noticed. The crowd, once cheerful, went quiet." Kelly blinked, recovering with effort. "I worked hard for that success," she said defensively. "Nothing was handed to me." "I'm not denying that," Raye replied. "I'm just saying you don't understand what it's like for those of us without that launch pad." Kelly forced a laugh, trying to ease the growing tension. "We all have different journeys. You're here now, right? You've made it, have I?" Raye shot back. "Or have I just been allowed to exist in a space that should have been mine years ago? There's a difference between success and survival." The camera zoomed in as the tone shifted. Kelly's usual calm was slipping. "I think we're getting a bit heavy here," she said with a nervous chuckle. "This is supposed to be a celebration." "Maybe that's the issue," Raye replied coolly. "We celebrate survivors instead of asking why there's so much to survive." Kelly's fingers tapped her mug, a nervous tell. "Look, Raye," she said, setting it down. "I get it. You've faced struggles, but there are good people in this business too, people who care." Raye laughed, a bitter edge in her tone. "Good people? Kelly, my label told me my songs were too emotional, too raw, that people wouldn't connect. That's not caring. That's control." "Maybe they just wanted to help you reach more listeners," Kelly offered, though her voice wavered. "Sometimes criticism helps artists grow." "Criticism?" Raye's voice rose in disbelief. "They didn't want me to grow. They wanted me to shrink. To become safe, sellable, small?" Kelly shifted awkwardly. "But collaboration means compromise, doesn't it?" "Compromise?" Raye repeated. "Do you know what compromise meant for me? Watching others sing my songs while I stayed silent." The tension was thick enough to touch. Kelly's warmth faded into something defensive. "That's just the business side," she said tightly. "Ghostwriting, producing, it's how people start. It's not personal." "Not personal?" Raye said quietly, her tone dark. "You're defending my suffering as normal." "That's not what I meant," Kelly protested. "Then what did you mean?" Raye pressed. "Because it sounds like you're excusing a system that destroyed people like me." The audience sat frozen. Producers exchanged worried glances. "I'm not defending anything," Kelly said, her tone rising. "You're turning this into a fight." "A fight?" Raye laughed dryly. "This isn't a fight, it's truth. And maybe your show doesn't know what to do with that." "I can handle truth," Kelly said sharply. What I can't handle is being attacked for having a different point of view. Your point of view, Raye said, standing abruptly, comes from privilege. You speak from a mountaintop the rest of us can barely see. Kelly stayed seated, her knuckles white against her chair. So because I succeeded, I can't have an opinion? You can, Raye said, pacing. But when your success blinds you to others' pain, your words become harmful. I never disrespected your experience, Kelly said weakly. You did, Raye replied. Every time you called it patience or part of the process, you minimized it. Kelly turned toward her team. Maybe we should take a break. No, Raye interrupted. That's the problem. The second things get uncomfortable, you hide behind commercial breaks. Kelly's eyes flashed. That's not true. I've had tough talks before. Have you? Raye asked coldly. Or just friendly ones that never challenge your comfort? Kelly's patience snapped. You're being unfair. I invited you here to celebrate your success, and you're twisting it into an attack. Raye's tone hardened. A platform to celebrate me? You wanted a polished version of my story, the feel-good one that makes everyone comfortable. What's wrong with positivity? Kelly shot back. What's wrong with giving people hope? Nothing, Raye said, steady but fierce. As long as it's honest. But what you sell isn't hope, it's illusion. You make people believe that positivity alone beats injustice. Kelly stood, voice shaking. Maybe people need that hope. Maybe they need truth, Raye countered. The truth that talent and hard work don't always win. The atmosphere crackled as both women faced each other. You're bitter, Kelly blurted. You can't stand that others found happiness where you found pain. Raye's face tightened. You think I'm bitter because I refuse to lie about how this system works? I think you wasted years blaming others, Kelly said before she could stop herself. The audience gasped. Raye's voice dropped, calm but icy. Do you know what those years were? Writing songs I couldn't release? Watching lesser artists take what I created? Raye, that's not what I... You meant it, Raye cut in. And now everyone here knows exactly who you are behind that smile. Kelly's eyes filled with tears. I was trying to put me in my place, Raye said. To remind me to be grateful. That's how this industry works, right? That's not fair, Kelly whispered. Isn't it? Raye replied. The second I stopped being the polite victim, you called me bitter. The tension was suffocating now. Kelly's usual composure was gone. Maybe we can just... No, Raye said flatly. Some things can't be smoothed over. Not this. She took a breath. You want to know what bitterness looks like, Kelly? It's realizing that even here, I'm expected to make you comfortable. Raye turned toward the edge of the stage, her steps deliberate. But you know what I'm not bitter about? She said, looking back. I'm not bitter about walking away from people who mistake privilege for wisdom and luck for talent. Kelly reached out helplessly. Raye, don't, please, we can talk this out. Talk? Raye scoffed softly. You can't edit honesty into something soft. With that, she walked off the set, her footsteps echoing through the silent studio. Kelly stood frozen, tears tracing her cheeks as cameras captured every second. The audience didn't move. For once, the talk show queen had nothing to say. What did you think of this tense exchange? Was Raye too harsh, or was Kelly out of line? Share your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe for more unforgettable celebrity showdowns.